And we are going to now jump into Game 5 here between Gen G and EDG. And EDG, after that last game, I think they have shown the highest priority character in this entire game right now. Like, Lucian did really good work there out of Ruler, but Zoe's kind of what felt like turned, like, Game 3 and Game 4 on their head. The poke exchange is insane. The bubble pick and the just flexibility of that character feels pretty nutty, and now we're flipping sides here. Gen G are going to get onto the blue side, which they've probably won the most on so far in this tournament. Life's going to get his Rakan early out the game, so Gen G, I think they're entirely changing up their draft decision. Syndra's been allowed through, just with how they draft, which is how the bans have gone. Lee Sin's still removed from Klid's grasp. The Ophelia is still off the table. LeBlanc, TF, Yumi, like all the standard bans we've seen in this tournament. Ruler's still going to get his misfortune. So Enchanter exchanges are different. Good engage on the side of Life. They are fixing the issue that we saw before where like they didn't have a reliable form of engage. And even when they did get a really good engage off, it was BDD kind of throwing or allowing Flandre to get in and just throw the storm all over his team. So less than ideal. Now, Jhin and Jarvan being secured up on the side of EDG, still giving JJ his go-to. It's been like, I feel like 5 games in a row he's gotten this Jarvan, and Leona appears once again as still looks pretty good. Still the best, I would say, tanky in support in this tournament, but has really fallen out of favor for at least the flexibility and the I guess you could say the influence that. Let me check here. Yep. It's gonna be Jarvan 5 times in a row. I just want to secure that one. But I do like that we're seeing Leona come back in. I do like that she's a very good tank presence. Syndra gonna get banned out, so BDD that getting hovered kind of means it's not gonna stick around, and it's become a huge priority pick. There's the Zoe ban on the side of Gen G. Glad to see that if they're not gonna be able to secure it themselves, which means we could have an entirely different set of mid laners. I know Galio was banned earlier for reasons kind of unknown. What was that back at? Yeah, back in game 2. But that was also the one that they lost. The Azir is going to get banned out as well from BDD. So Ryze is still up and available for Scout or BDD to take. Is that going to be the final ban? Because that's what we've seen the most. The cannon will be taken away. So I expect Ryze to be the pick here for Scout, actually. Since the Zoe is gone, the TF is gone, the Syndra is gone, the Azir is gone. And what else are we actually going to see here? I'm trying to remember what other we had from Midnight. Seraphine was weird. Orianna is back and available. Victor didn't work out too well for them. Flandre going to get his Graves. Quintessential expectations there. And that now opens up. What does Gen G want to counter that one with? There hasn't been many other good sort of counters to that. Rascal on his Renekton did service it quite well, did end up getting the better of Flandre in that lane. He did get punished early, but by, I think it was definitely like post level 6, like level 8, he was able to get on top of Flandre and just kill him, even like eating like one turret shot there around the tri-brush. So like slight misplay by Flandre, very good play, very good capitalization by Rascal in that situation. And now the Orianna is going to be taken by BDD, and there is a couple of pretty good like ball carriers here for BDD, for Gen G. Xin Zhao can go right on him, speed him up, enable him, get him on top of people, shockwave them into the Crescent Guard. Life will be a great ball delivery system as well with the Charm. Shockwave, kind of an unavoidable situation. They're going to have to burn like a cleanse flash to get out, and Scout will get his Rise as expected. So EDG, you're kind of sitting with a good batch of team fight ability. Same for Gen G. Orianna and Ryze will scale up quite well. Ryze with a slight mobility advantage across the map with the Realm Warp. And I think, if I was going to predict anything, it's actually going to be a top side early focus here from EDG. Bot side, probably going to actually just be pretty neutralized. We don't see too much out of it. The follow-up lockup potential, though, of the Jhin Leona combo is pretty disgusting. And it's going to be very curious to see how that goes out, because Leona's kind of seen as a minor counter to Rakan, just because she can like hit her Q, auto move, and interrupt his dashing, his knockups. But that will remain to be seen. So We made it to game 5 here. EDG fighting back tooth and nail after Gen G kind of took 2 games in a row here, games 2 and games 3. And now comes the make or break moment here. Which team will actually be able to hold it together? Will Edward Gaming choke, as we got to see them in important moments throughout the year in the LPL? Will Gen G maintain their proactivity that they have found recently? Because the narrative around both these teams, as you've heard on the cast, has been quite lackluster. Pretty much kind of wait and see. And now, because of just what is on the line and just what this tournament has done in evolving the meta of just the play, forget like who you're picking as your champions, but the meta of how you want to play the game is forcing a lot of early action pre-15 minutes. A lot of early fights, a lot of duels, a lot of, you know, just, we're having team fights at 8 minutes now because of the Herald spawn. You know, world's topsy-turvy now. Ruler, I think you're going to have to burn your flash here, bud. Viper's going to be able to at least get the auto off. E will not connect from Mako. And that will... Alright, that'll work out. So not too bad there from Gen G. Gonna get a little trade here. Alright, let's see how this is going to start out. Flandre, I think, is going to try to actually walk his way in to get a ward. It'll just be the river ward, just to see if this could be an engage, see if they're going to try to make this jungle vertical. See if it's going to be that, you know, level 2 attack onto Rascal, because he's going to get zoned off pretty hard once again, I would suspect, from this wave. JJ starting top side on his red buff, Clid starting bot side on his red buff. And this will mean that Ruler and Life will be late to the bot lane, which kind of is going to probably give Prio over to Viper and Mako. And yep, here comes the bullying that we expected. But Rascal was able to get a little bit more than before on CS and actually, like, keep the wave. Yeah, get the wave near the turret here. Now Rascal doesn't have too far to walk away to get towards safety and kind of weave in and out of all this damage coming out from Flandre. So this is actually going much better. I'm not really allowed to slow push this one. And yeah, Rascal should do a lot better. It hasn't messed up this wave state, hasn't messed up this early lane state. We're gonna be put down over there. Still not sure where. I don't think they know for sure where JJ is right now. Yep, there's gonna be the early push underneath the turret, but not too much lost for anyone so far. So what is going to be the early on priority for either team will be kind of the bigger question, because this is kind of going to be the pinnacle of it. Everything's kind of neutralized. No one's got any special picks here. Like, it's kind of a little hard to decide who's going to win this, because we've seen, although it did not look good for kind of just Western teams to pick up the gen, what we've seen from gens out of the Eastern teams kind of feels a little disgusting. I was a super big fan of T1's Gumiyushi on it with the Zillion following him up. That just felt like, you know, here's your walking nuclear warhead. And he's going to be able to actually like zoom in, get the shot, and then zoom back out because of Jin's passive. And now JJ kind of looking for this. BDD might be in a little bit of trouble here. Could have some flash on a level advantage. Might keep him a little bit alive. He does not have a lot of mana. Clid has arrived. Mako and Viper both moving up here. This could be super early. What are they looking for?
This is the one free of enchanter supports bottom lane. So every window, every opening, every timing from bottom lane to be able to roam has so much more impact in this game number 5. That's why I expect this one to be the most explosive of the entire series, because if you do get to push for Viper and Mako, you get to open.
You can actually, yeah, you can rotate around. So Kobe with a good highlight there of just, hey, we now have engaged supports. We now have a Rakan and a Leona, which means that, like, you know, normally when it's the enchanters, it's going to be go around, maybe like put a shield down or just get some ward done, but there's not going to be a lot of proactive options. Clay going to be spotted on that ward, so Mako and Viper will back off.
To make sure there's no Jarvan ganks. Yeah, I mean, EDG have complete control vision in bot side, as we can see on the mini maps.
Yep. All right. So nothing too crazy there.
Now that BDD has to TP back to lane, you don't have any TP to cover.
This wave's a little bit stuck here. Jay's kind of he's gonna be in a bit of trouble here. Clid's on his way to kind of help make sure BD can safely push this wave in. Right now it's kind of frozen. It will eventually break, but he's gonna miss a few things. BD gonna be able to just sidestep the flag and drag from JJ, but now Scott's chasing him. BD's running away from his help. Flash available. Oh, this could be the root, and now it's going to be the flag and drag. He's actually going to be able to follow Flash from JJ to get the knock up. First blood goes over to Scout. Fantastic batch of plays there. This is actually fantastic from such a super young player on JJ.
Immediately rewarded for pushing BDD down to that Orianna, the focus, JJ on top side, on bottom side of mid lane, so many wards invested, and it pays off. Scout doesn't give up on the play either. He chases him through the river with the phase rush, and they get first blood in the elimination game.
Last time Scout had a 1-kill lead over BDD, he ended with a 25 stack Magi's. That was a
Yep, that is how last game went, Freak. You are speaking facts as normal, and they are appreciated, we'll say. Now, what can be the actual counterplay here? Mako? Maybe looking for another catch here onto BDD. Life in the wings, Clid, not too far behind. I don't think they're going to be able to get much else done here. Scout and Mako sniffing this one out, but they're going to let it go. A little too trepidatious. Maybe kind of reading that someone's going to be available to counter it. Rascal holding his own here, a lot better here topside. Flandre not able to get the early advantage that we saw. And I believe that was game 3. Where was that? Oh yeah, that was over in game 2. Yes, over in game 2. Yeah, when he really abused Rascal on that Renekton. I'm just wondering when these teams are going to blow up any further, because that early gank onto BDD is a really great start. Getting that first kill onto Scout is going to set him up magnificently. But right now, there's not too much else really happening. Rascal with push top. It's going to be allowed to roam.
Again, trying to keep the way clear here of all these wards so you get that extra threat of the play. That's the thing, right? No matter what you think of Renekton as a champion, I think it's been very clear this series.
No, Clid with a good invade. See, this is what I really appreciate out of Clid actually in this series, especially. I got to highlight it or try to highlight it in the last game. He's been able to actually get in, get these invades off, and steal camps away from JJ. JJ will be able to match because it's a much easier thing to track here earlier on in the game. But we are leading up here, 30 seconds basically till the Herald goes up. 8 o'clock is a good time to fight, I hear, and Herald is usually the reason to fight. So now, what will be having the rotations? Because it's going to be about time. Looks like actually both bot lanes are going to be stuck here bot side. JJ is going to back off now. I'm really kind of just like really anticipating this. Yep, there's the move here. Arrow ping from JJ. He's going to start heading for the Herald. Rascal teleports down. Only teleports available. No teleports available actually right now. So if they actually get a pick, that will actually determine who gets the Herald. Right now, Prio over to Rascal, over to Scout. He'll get first move. Clid taking his time with the Gromp. JJ has arrived in the air. It's going to be on his Krugs. And that should be, yep, this is time. I don't know why BDD just backed off. I think it's going to be a much later fight around this Herald. Everyone's actually playing this very differently. Viper and Mako staying bot side. It's going to be Ruler and Life actually backing. And it almost feels like both teams have like given up Herald, but they also, because they kind of like do or do not know where everyone is. Looks like Life's going to be following Clid up top side. Willow's going to go bot to collect this, but that may end up being, the downfall of this fight. Both teams trying to read what the other's doing, and I think EDG might have actually just won this fight, won this Herald without even like fighting for it. Because Ruler's going to be forced to go catch that bot side wave, not lose too much CS. EDG is allowed then to rotate up. It's going to be a mid-wave collection by Viper and Mako. And then they'll be able to rotate over. Herald's already at half health, and Ruler's not going to be able to arrive for this. So yeah, that's going to be EDG collecting this Herald for free. No fight necessary. Just a weird backing from Ruler and Life. And Viper and Mako just clear out the wave, and they're able to walk themselves all the way over and around, and nothing is lost. That wave's going to be collected underneath the tower by Viper. And he's not going to be any worse for wear, honestly. He may even come ahead of CS by the end of this wave. So first Herald secured here by EDG. First blood, first Herald. It's a pretty good starting combination. And no 8 o'clock fight. Next objective on the map should be this Drake. I think for right now, JJ wants to figure out, at least clear a few camps, but then figure out where he wants to go next. Blue buff going to be traded off here in a moment. Yep. Now starting to ward around this Drake. Mako's going to back off here. Level 6s across the board. So we are primed for a nice big fight if the teams decide to, you know, make a distinct decision about who is going to get this first Drake. It's going to be an Ocean Drake, which, you know, be a decent thing. There's not a lot of poke compared to before. Rascal able to get well, not too much damage onto that turret. And I think we've only seen like one turret plate collected so far. It's just the one turret plate probably onto Viper and Mako. Yep, so it's been a very low impact, at least for turret damage games so far. And it's been a very passive last couple of minutes. Kind of just a much better map rotations from EDG. Rascal will be able to get the jump here onto Flandre. I think he's going to want to get this. Brings Flandre to half and ends it full health here with the Call of the Meek, empowered Call of the Meek. So Rascal kind of doing a lot better in this matchup and kind of primed to kill Flandre if he gets a little bit too, you know, too ballsy. JJ and Mako are going to take over this jungle for EDG, kind of setting themselves up to take this Drake. And GNG kind of with only one winning lane right now. Rascal's going to be able to at least get himself a turret plate here before the minions arrive, before the minions disappear. And everyone else kind of locked in, locked away. Life's trying to actually go through, clear out this vision in their jungle, but he's going to get found out here. Life's going to be able to dodge away from the flag and drag. JJ kind of off of those first flag and drag so far, it would seem. And it's going to be a good bit of damage here. Second turret plate's going to be collected, and this is actually going to be where JJ drops the Herald. They may be able to actually finish off this turret. Viper lacking a good consistent auto attack option. Two turret plates go over, but now we have a fight up here on the top side here, and I think Klid has been found out. He is going to get blown up, brought down. Scout with the second kill, and that was not a good thing. Here comes the engage here. Charm's going to come up. Mako's going to actually stop him, and now Life's forward to disengage. 5 have arrived. Here comes the curtain call. It's going to be able to set up, tenderize quite a few. Ruler brought low, but EDG in command of this game 5 right now. 1,000 gold lead looks nice, but 2 kills onto Scout onto this Rise is going to mean a lot of danger. This game is feeling reminiscent of game 4. Genji kind of getting outclassed in map rotations, Scout getting ahead and kind of punishing BDD. And while Rascal is doing well topside, it's not really going to matter. It's not going to do enough.
Because LPL not at the best tournament here so far, though this game definitely far from over. EDG's gold lead still very slim in my opinion. So Genji, you have BDD's your win condition. You have this big team fight wombo combo with Orianna ultimate, bullet time coming out from Ruler. If Life, Klid, Rascal can find the setup.
Scout throwing his Q off to the side too, just holding the cannon minion here. He's threatening.
That's a good little freester by Scout. Yeah, BD's going to be forced to actually go for it. He's actually not going to be able to get the root down. And now Mako's going to arrive, but he's going to miss the E. These little spells are keep missing. BDD with good little fancy feet. It's going to be brought pretty low there by the bouncing grenade. But good hold. Good safe play. Because Genji don't need any more problems, honestly. Yep. And they're going to start heading for it. There's that teleport here. This turret's going to be so low here. Ruler and Life might be in trouble. JJ is not far away. It's going to be a 4v2 here bot side. And there's not much else to be done here. No teleports available. Rascal teleported top side. Now Life and Ruler just need to run away. Big damage out here. But Life's going to be brought super low. He's going to charm in and try to go across here. Bullet time's going to be used. JJ on fire. BDD has finally arrived, but this could be major damage. Viper's going to actually be able to get him across the bow, and Shockwave's going to miss here. Viper flashing away from it, and now Genji on the chase, trying to find their way in here, but I think Klid is overextended, and now the curtain call is going to be able to actually, it's going to set up a pretty scary situation, and Ruler brought to 1. BDD is going to step forward to try to get something else done, but he's going to get auto attack down here. Ooh, that was almost a scary finish off by Viper, but EDG team fighting this so much better, and Gen G just overstepping, not really, just too much gumption to go for what just shouldn't be something that they need to worry about here. Rascal's just sat topside this whole time, so Life and Ruler should be aware they need to get on out. This teleport I don't think is spotted for quite a while. And BDD is coming from base. JJ is going to be able to actually block out Xin Zhao because Xin Zhao's in the middle of the river right now. So it's just Ruler and Life kind of all alone. And this actually is going to get the root out. A good bit of damage and a long time root onto Life. He's going to try him up to try to actually get something done. But he's going to come back in to protect Ruler. So his ultimate doesn't really get a lot of use. And that's just a nice little Gale Force by Viper on the other side. Scout gets taken down by Clid. And he kind of overextends here. His Crescent Guard goes down. He starts retreating away from his team, kind of on the other side of the wall, and it just falls apart from there. Gen G are gonna try to actually get this eye without anyone dying. Rascal not able to get it. He's gonna die for it. Eye is still unacquired. Double stun from Mako. What a fantastic solar flare. Shockwave for 3. Can they actually get anything else done here? Clid's gonna be able to actually disrupt, get some good damage up, but that eye is going to expire, and now the way back in for Gen G has gone away. 5k gold lead for EDG, and if we know anything about gold leads in these playoffs and these semifinals, that if it's 5k, around 15 minutes, we're at 16:20 right now, it's pretty much Gen G have kind of started signing their name on the, yes, we'd like to attend finals. So Gen G on the hurt right now. Need to find a way back into this. Need to get their playmaking going here. Luckily, Life is on a playmaker with this Rakan. Luckily, Clid is on a pretty easy engage playmaker with this Xin Zhao. And if we know anything about Oriana's, is that the enemy team does a pretty good job of forgetting the ball, not keeping their eye on the ball. So there is still good potential for Gen G to bring this one back here. Rascal? I think you want to be here right now, my friend. Everfrost's going to come out here. He's going to be brought low. JJ across the bow. Not too far away from being able to lock him up, but Slice and Dice will dissuade them from wasting an ult on that. And that will force Rascal back.
Finally got to play a game. No attention focus up towards topside. He did really well on his own in that 1v1, and he'd really like to try and transition some of that mid-game power into some of these skirmishes, but it feels like EDG just went too much elsewhere on the map.
Yeah.
Or Gen G might just have to opt into the cross-map trade game for now. Try and stay steady in gold. You are about 4k gold behind, but for EDG, they're the team with all the options. Yeah.
Yep.
Do not hesitate.
Yep. It's very unfortunate when a Renekton gets ahead on the top side because he will be able to do nothing later on in the game. Second Drake going to go over to EDG right now, just kind of securing more win conditions for them. And unfortunately, Gen G not able to manipulate the map as needed to kind of steal that one away. BDD topside facing off against Flandre. Kind of a do-nothing situation there, just simple lane assignments. And what can Gen G really find is going to be the big question here. BDD going to be able to actually get themselves a turret trade, it looks like. Going to get supported by Life and Clid. So Gen G making the right moves across the map to at least secure themselves a turret. Nothing else really in mind or available. JJ's making his way topside, but I think he's going to restart his jungle clear. Red buff, yep, could be put onto Flandre. I can appreciate that. Keep him nice and healthy. Allow him to actually have super sustain in the lane. May actually be able to wear down BDD or Rascal. And it looks like he's actually heading for LDR for second item. So really trying to make sure that if he is paired up against Rascal, none of the armor is really going to matter.
They are just 9 minutes away from a very early Cloud Soul if they can keep that bottom river every time it comes up. Mako on the way forward. JJ coming around as well. Aggressive wards are here. And sadly that one control was outside the brush, so not going to get rid of EDG's vision.
What you need to do, yes, when you have this advantage for EDG, is make every transition more dangerous for Gen G. Because they're the team, as we say, are looking for the, maybe a brush play, but really an all-in commitment numbers advantage play. And EDG are the ones trying to play the map. You make it more dangerous by getting those deeper wards through the jungle and threatening those possibilities. Like you said, Lyric, the options are plentiful, but you have to hold the line. You cannot give the opening.
That was a little weird.
When the options are more plentiful for EDG, I feel like for Gen G side, since you can't walk into the jungle because you are being restricted by EDG, at some point you're probably going to have to give up one of your side lanes and just all out commit to maybe bringing a Rascal mid and committing numbers advantage there, with the potential that maybe you lose out more if you can't find something. But when you're this far behind, you need to take gambles and risks like that.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big question right now, is if Gen G is going to be able to actually take those risks, because they've been very good at making proactive plays that like win them the game, but it's not clear that Gen G has actually had any good track record in this tournament to come from behind, except for when BDD had the Zoe, and he doesn't have as easy of an option for that kind of play with the Orianna. Like if they can get the right, they need to find like the right skirmish or find EDG out or have like the death brush that was being mentioned. Otherwise it's going to be really rough here. It's going to be pretty rough. Gold lead 600 jungle, 1,000 in mid, almost 2,000. 1,800 for bot. So yeah, things are a little scary here. 500 top side. So yeah, the biggest advantage is basically in mid lane. BDD kind of getting bullied early on does mean that he's going to be behind, and he's also currently like 30 CS behind Scout, so that's definitely not helping. Level advantage as well for Scout. So this is looking like pretty much a it's gonna be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one for Gen G. EDG, though, just need to make sure that they keep themselves in line, keep themselves from walking into anything too dangerous. Play smart, play safe. You've lined yourself up quite well to win this game. Now just don't get yourself caught in a silly situation.
EDG are doing a good job, clearing out everything, making it more safe for them to increase this lead, taking away the blue buff, even though question mark being does go down. Would have liked that one, but it's fine.
Oh, well, fighting over buffs, fighting over last hits, it's fine. EDG still in a very good spot so far in this game. Cannot quite push in for mid lane tier 2. Obviously, no second Herald. That one was slain by Gen G, so mid lane gonna be tough to crack. Ruler always able to save the ulti in case he needs to wave clear it. But now we count down 1 minute. Last call. Get your recalls off. All right. Zeal and upgraded boots in for Viper. He's gonna be powerful. Definitely a full half net of a boots upgrade above Ruler. The top lane as well.
Take a moment, Gen G. Take your time. This is a big one. 40 seconds left. They push out mid lane to get mid priority.
This is going to be really important here. Now it's going to be the third Drake for EDG. Teleport's going to come in from Scout. They might be looking for a way into this here. He's going to be behind. I think he's in the brush right now. Trap's going to prevent Clid from looking any further. And it's going to be Sky. He's going to actually be able to lock up. Going to be able to actually put Clid into a bit of a bind. Get him cut down to half health. This is going to be pretty dangerous here. JJ's going to clear out the vision now. Gen G in the dark. They don't really have any other vision to help them. They've got the one ward there by Red Buff just to let them know if anyone's on the sort of the backside of the Drake pit, but that is just not, it's not the information that they need. And now they need to fight to make sure this, well, controller's going to get cleared out. It's going to be Clid sort of face taking to keep this line moving here. Clid with ball on him could end up being like the big win for Gen G. Just one big shockwave could end up doing it. Here's going to be the engager. They're going to jump on, and that's going to be Viper. It's going to be brought low. It's going to be able to actually flash and dash away here. Mako's going to jump on, but Scout's now got backline access, and Rule's going to be in trouble here. Here comes the curtain call, and now it's a fight on two fronts, but that's going to be, Drake's not even concerned yet. That's going to be an all-in here, and that's going to be a double kill over the Scout. He just flanks as Rise, and that's more than enough for the win here. Consolation prize over to Rule. He gets the shutdown gold onto Viper, but that's going to be 2 dead on the side of EDG. Everyone dead on the side of Gen G. 23 minutes into the game here, 3 Drakes secured. And now they're going to jump on in, and that's going to be plenty of health here. Flandre and JJ can easily tank this up here. Scout's going to come on in and help provide the even better consistent DPS, and that's going to be a Baron for EDG. LPL holds out EDG, doing China proud and holding this together here. Gen G fighting their damnedest, but unfortunately Scout flanking was just too much here. Viper allowed to get out alive was its own miracle, and it looks like the shockwaves didn't even get used by BDD. Actually, everyone else is on cooldown, but BDD, I don't even think he got to use shockwave in that. I hope we get a replay of this. Alright, so here's a look here. BDD kind of stepping forward here, trying to find something. Shockwave does get used, but it didn't really catch anything. They get the kill onto Mako, but everyone's just so far away, and Scout's just kind of threatening backside here and just allowing for JJ and Flandre just to walk forward here. Because funny thing is, Flandre gets to be a tanky boy, but he just gets to be consistent damage constantly going forward and just slowly burning down the tanks.
So critically close.
Yeah, Viper especially being able to dodge out all that damage and return so much burst. EDG not wanting to get too far ahead of themselves with this.
I thought it was a really good look from Gen G because they found the flank around the back onto Viper, the super.
Look at that damage from Flandre. He just got to stand there front line and just slowly burn through them. He was never even focused in that fight. It's actually where I really like Graves in ARAM. Not to talk about the wrong game mode here, the not purest game mode, but it's really good fun to be like super sustained crit Graves against like a brawly comp in ARAM, because you just get to constantly walk forward and no one can kill you, and you just have these massive crits, shields, heals, and crits. Who thought that was a good idea? Alright, EDG with this Baron buff. 2,000 gold lead so far in the Red Bull Baron power play. And they're going to start clearing out these turrets, start getting the last ones off the rift. Gen G going to push forward a bit, trying to at least buy themselves time, work this Baron buff out. So that's going to walk in this mid lane. It's going to split the resources of Gen G just enough. One more wave and EDG should be able to confirm at least one of these turrets. Kind of walking between right now, and this could be the engage here. It's gonna be a Shurelia's use, but Scott's gonna be able to actually get away. It's gonna be the re-engage here by JJ, and there's gonna be the curtain call across the bow. Ruler not able to get much done with that bullet time. And they're gonna try to push out mid wave. This might be a very interesting trade out here. They're gonna be able to actually get tier 2 top taken down, and I think EDG are gonna keep pushing this one forward. This might be a mid turret confirmed by Ruler and BDD. Scout's been spotted, but this could be for an inhib. This feels like a really suspicious trade right now. They're trying to go chase down Scout, but I think Gen G, they're kind of crumbling here right now in their decision making. Scout just playing distraction. Scout kind of like putting the team like on his back and just not really the damage thing, but just I'm going to be out and about causing mischief. You guys go do the grunt work. You guys go take down the turrets, take down the inhibs. And so Gen G, they get themselves with the last parts of that Baron power play. They get themselves an inhib and 2 turrets. So that's a plenty big win for them right now. 9,000 gold lead in their favor, and it's kind of all but done. Gen G are going to need to actually get themselves a good batch of counterplays in, find some people out, get a insanely massive like shockwave into bullet time, like something. Life needs to like, you know, find himself like the spirit of Hillisang for just some godlike play to pull this in. Let's see, level exchanges. Yeah, 1 level lead for bot lane each. 2 level lead onto Scout in the mid lane. Level lead for JJ. Yep, and a 2 level lead on the top side. So this is looking like a mountain to climb on the side of Gen G. EDG going by the book, so they don't even need the Baron to start finishing out all these outer turrets. They've got 1 more outer turret to finish off, and then they will have nothing but the inhibs and the inhib turrets, and of course the Nexus turrets and the Nexus to finish this game out. But they're going to take their times, trying to see what they can find here. Teleport's going to come in here. This is going to be the Cloud Soul. Baron's not up and available for this, so Gen G are going to have kind of either no option. Either they are going to take this, they are going to fight for this Drake, or they're going to give it away. And it looks like they are stepping near enough to actually, you know, appear that, oh, they've already gone here. Clit's actually gone in. JJ's going to go on the backside. He's going to actually be able to lock up BDD and company. Rascal is so far away from this fighter. Here comes the current call from Viper, and Life now just trying to run around here. BDD has survived, but Clit has fallen. It's going to be the jungle of Rascal with dominance to try to get himself out. He's going to be rooted up by a Scout and killed off by Flandre. Double kill for the top laner. And it's going to be a very efficient realm warp there from EDG. I think they were going to try to head over for the Drake, but maybe a slight misclick from Scout. Flandre's going to go confirm that objective, and it looks like EDG may be able to actually get just the turret, no inhib, and they will back off. 40 seconds till the Baron is back up. I would like them to back off, buy up, so they actually have the full value of their 11,000 gold lead, but they don't have to. Alright, let's see here, because Clit actually tried to get on into Viper, it looked like. When comes lightning, goes, he just flashes, gets the knock up on, but he actually ends up kind of getting isolated. The shockwave doesn't even go off. Yeah, there it goes right there, but it's just not enough to really get anything done. It's going to be able to, yeah, it hits them, but it's just not enough damage. Like Flandre, Mako, and company, just too tanky. And that's a big laugh there. There's not much else to really be done here. EDG are just having fun here, finishing this one off. And that's going to be Click caught out in the Cataclysm. He's going to put out his Crescent Guard to survive. Gordrigger gives him a couple hundred health, but not enough for it to matter. Dead Jungler means free Baron. For EDG, they're going to have Cloud Soul. They're going to have Baron buff. The only way this really gets better is if we wait another, like, 5 minutes for Elder Drake, but I'm pretty sure they'll be able to finish it out before that even spawns. And now EDG just trying to get the last bits of ribbon onto this present to themselves, and then they have nothing else to worry about but Damwon Gaming in the final. Gen G, though, one last hurrah here. And we've seen bigger throws. We've seen bigger issues where there's a major throw in the base, and I know that looks very unlikely right now considering it's like a 12,000, 13,000 gold lead for EDG. But I like to invoke the possibility of miracles. There's still good damage on the side of Gen G, and here comes the curtain call out, just trying to cause just enough chaos, maybe get some people to miss position. Life, Australia's, well, not popped just yet. Decent damage out onto Flandre and Scout. One more turret left in between EDG and the World's 2021 finals here. Clid stepping up to try to actually keep this one out, but the poke from Viper will be potent. I don't usually get to say that about a Jhin. Now Scout's starting to surround here. Rascal's gonna get his dominance off. He's gonna try to get onto Viper, but he's gonna flash away. And now here comes Life as well. He's gonna be able to get the knockup. Viper's gonna be brought low, but JJ on the other side has actually brought BDD and Clit into a bunch of trouble. And there's gonna be a big teleport in, and that's gonna be just BDD sitting on the fountain while Ruler runs away to try to save his own life. It's gonna be rooted up here, finished off. Flandre gets the kill. BDD out in the minions, trying to finish it off, trying to prevent the inevitable. But EDG will take down Gen G in Game 5. They will go to the finals and they will face off against Damwon Gaming for the Summoners Cup.